pain issues that you have with MS. And they have said that this marijuana seems to work. And I don't know what it is. I don't know anything about it. I'm going to not tell anybody I ever told you this, but you ought to go dig in and research and figure it out for yourself. So back in 2001, I started seeking out back then CBD. Long before it became
cool.
vogue, long before people even understand. I mean, even nowadays.
Don't even knew what it was.
No, and I should say I'm a graduate of the Naval Academy. I did 20 years in the military. I've got an engineering degree. I'm a researcher at heart. So I really dug in and tried to figure out what the devil do I need to do to, number one, get off of these opioids, and number two, find some relief. And cannabis was my choice. And that was back in 2001. And I have gone, I will tell you, since 2001, every day of my life with putting a cannabinoid in my body every day.
You hit on a really interesting point that brings up the concept of stigma within medicine. Back when we started, and even today, when you brought the idea of when opioids were brought to the market, there was this concept that if you hit them up hard in the beginning, they're going to get this effect where they're going to forget about their pain. It's interesting that you mentioned that. When you look at the national pain guidelines in Canada on the positive benefits of using a narcotic, the first benefit that it says under for narcotics is it causes euphoria. Mm-hmm. That's the benefit that it talks about when talking about narcotics. But when you look about the side effects of using cannabis, the negative side effect, the first negative side effect that's mentioned, what do you think it is?
Euphoria.
Euphoria. It's so strange.
How ignorant can we be? Because the same doctor's reading the same material.
Got it.
Go home and grab a glass of wine,
right,
looking for euphoria.
Right.
I mean, what's the matter with euphoria?
Right.
All of a sudden, we got something that seems to have made people think that euphoria is bad.
Right.
And, let's back up again. I like to make sure that, what we do with this podcast, especially with Let's Be Blunt, is I try to bring people information to see if they can help them navigate, walking into dispensaries, walking into drugstores and places that are selling CBD, help them navigate this landscape that is really just turned into, a muddled pile of garbage, to be honest with you.
Agreed.
And so I want to try to give people information, but they don't understand that, cannabinoids have been utilized for 5,000 years.
More, maybe, yeah.
And maybe even more. Yeah, we're starting to find, pipes and things from 5,000 and 6,000 years ago.
A guy, a physician turned archaeologist back, Ethan Russo, I'm sure you maybe have heard of him. Well, I mean, he unveiled a cave of a shaman from nearly, thousands of years ago. We've been using cannabis, is in the literature for 12,000 years, whether it was China or India.